What's happening, everybody? My name is Shidosha the Fly Guy, and I probably look tired, but that's besides the point. You know how this works. It's ADA Day. Let's get to the questions. Name a subject that makes you uncomfortable. Jeez. I don't know, man. Believe it or not, I don't like talking about sex. Especially to young girls. I know that sounds weird, before anybody freaks out, but see, this is the point. Lots of people watch my streams. There's this girl, she came by, she's kind of new to the whole thing. She's into love and romance and stuff like that, but when it comes to sex, she's kind of a rookie at it. And it's like, how do I go about talking about it to somebody who's kind of innocent and kind of doesn't know the ropes and stuff like that? How do I break them into it without sounding like a pervert or a freak, or without, you know, making them too shy and stuff like that? It's a hard subject, it's a touchy subject, and it's not really taboo, but it's kind of tough to talk about if you don't know the right words to use. I'm still learning it, so that makes me a little uncomfortable. What's your favorite Michael Jackson song? My favorite Michael Jackson song, that's actually pretty easy. I like two songs. One is Rock With You, you know, where he had the glitter boots on. He was dancing in front of just the black lights. the black screen with all the lights going on. I love that video. That's number one. And also Pretty Young Thing. I want to love you. Be what the pretty young thing. I don't know the rest of the words, but I like that song. Shidosha, why is Raz better than you in Crucible? He ain't. What would be your best birthday present for your birthday? My youth? Give me more of that. No, I mean, that sounded like an old man answer, but I guess that's because I'm getting older. And I see all these young folk running around, and they look cool, and I don't look cool no more because I'm old. I'm still in my 20s, but I feel old. So give me my youth back. What do you think about the White House getting shot up? I didn't hear about anybody getting shot up, but I did hear about somebody getting into the White House with a knife and kind of making threats and stuff like that. Yet, not a good look. Obviously, the media is going to have a frenzy with it. They're going to go crazy with it. But, for the most part, yeah, I mean, just the fact that our president or anybody can just kind of waltz through the front door kind of makes you wonder what the heck is going on in Washington. That doesn't happen. That shouldn't happen, but it happened. How do you mentally block somebody? Like if you dislike someone and you see them often, how do you not think of them or look at them? Yeah, it's not happening. See, here's the problem with that. You can try to block them out and kind of do your thing, but no matter what, that awkward atmosphere is going to be there if they are around you. For example, I go to my gym and I see these two girls there. I love seeing them, to be honest. I love to see them. They make me smile. But it is kind of awkward. One of them is a young lady that I used to talk to and had feelings for. And I stopped talking to her because I got into a relationship with my ex-girlfriend. And the other girl is my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like I'm at the gym doing my thing. Like, that's my zen. And as much as I'd like to not think about them and kind of do my own thing, especially because that's the reason why I went to the gym in the first place, kind of to clear my head and obviously to look better. It's like they're there and they're watching me. Like, I see their eyes looking at me, and it's awkward. You want to say something, you want to block them out and kind of focus on you, but they're there. It's just a matter of honestly, acknowledge them, but continue to do your thing. That's the best thing you can do, really. You can't shut them out and pretend they don't exist. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't work. You're going to see them, and it's going to throw you off if you don't know how to handle it. It's a hard one, but it's doable. You just got to acknowledge them. You just got to acknowledge them and keep moving. Giancarlos, whose name I finally got right. Do you watch TV shows like The Blacklist, or do you mainly stick to video games? The last thing that I watched was the IT Crowd. Actually, shout out to my homie Mambo, who put me onto that last final episode. But other than that, that was the last thing I saw. When I do watch things, I kind of tend to go back in time. I watched a lot of Mission Impossible, the TV series from the 1960s and 70s, as well as MacGyver from the 80s. Like, I don't know, I got an old soul, I guess. But, I mean, when I did watch TV, that's what I watched. Other than that, no television, just video games. Why am I so godlike in Crucible? Raz. Man, shut up, Raz. Favorite fast food? A war's about to break. I like In-N-Out, which sounds weird because I'm from the East Coast. But hear me out. I travel a lot, and when I do travel, I go to In-N-Out. I don't know, it just tastes good. Fries aren't that great. But, I mean, they're not salted. Maybe that's why. They're just natural potatoes chopped up. That's really all it is. But that burger, though, is off the chain. Yeah, it's way better than Five Guys. Come at me. What do you do once you get home? Cook, shower, stream. Believe it or not, that's what it is. I cook, I prep my food, get ready to cook, hop in the shower, wash up, get out the shower, eat my food, sit down, live stream. That's usually how the formula works, with the exception of maybe the Game Lounge days, which is on Thursdays for Fridays. And today, when I'm doing the ADA that you see right now. After that, like, after I do the ADA, I'm editing, then I go out. Well, then I guess it's still the same formula. Cook, shower, eat, stream. Favorite movie and the last movie you watched? Okay, my favorite movie is Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. I'm a comedy person. I like comedies. Wayans Brothers, off the chain. But that's besides the point. I can go on forever about that. Last movie that I watched? Jeez, I think the last movie was The Avengers. Wow. Who was your first crush and who's your current crush? Wow. Alright, my first crush, I can't even remember. It was a long time ago. My current crush is this girl that I used to talk to who actually goes to my gym that I mentioned in the avoiding to talk to category. Yeah. Can it get more awkward than that? List of 3 to 10 people you find cute. Okay, I did this list one time on my Facebook and it got me into a lot of trouble because some of them liked me. And then fights broke out. So let's skip that one. What do you think is better? Holding your emotions in and pretending to be happy, but really being sad, or showing your emotions and being sad? Honestly, it depends on who you're around. See, I'm a personality, and I can always just show my emotions and stuff like that. I mean, I do usually try to keep it natural, but not everybody can handle that. And some people kind of look forward to your positive nature and that motivation to kind of keep them rolling. So I can't show them my sad side because it'll ruin them. Like, emotions are contagious. So it really depends on who you're around. When I'm around my good friends, I let it out. When I'm around people in public who I don't know, well, I mean, for the most part, I kind of wear my personality on my sleeve, or who I am on my sleeve. But, I mean, you have to let it out. If you don't, it's going to consume you. It's going to hurt you, and then you're just going to lash out at somebody and do something crazy. So, I mean, honestly, I have to say you got to pick and choose who to do it around. I heard you be effing gorillas nowadays. Damn, bro, what got you into that? Wow, you guys are fast. Oh, yeah, look, that was a circumstance, and that was a question, and that never really happened, and I'm going to the next question now. What's the iTunes link for the Game Lounge? I want it so bad. Also, can't wait for today's ADA. Thank you, Alex, and I forgot to mention that along with the previous question I was asked about the gorilla thing. If you watch the Game Lounge podcast when I live streamed it, we are indeed on iTunes. So make sure you check that out. Also, we're on Spreaker for those of you guys who do not like Apple or don't use iOS. I got the links in the description. You can check us out. Make sure also that you rate us and show us some love on there because we finally did it. Took us, 65 episodes? But we got the podcast for you guys that don't want to watch the videos. Alright? But we ain't done with the questions, so let's continue. Alright, we got an FMK here. Call of Duty, GTA 5, or Destiny. Alright, so, for the F, I'd say GTA. For the Mary, I'd say Destiny. And for the kill, Call of Duty. Pretty easy. Stop cussing on my ADAs. Gian Carlos with another question. Who's your favorite YouTuber? Okay, well, the obvious answer is Swoozy, but I have a reason for that. Again, that's a YouTuber who I've had a chance to meet in person. This was before he was a YouTuber. Or rather, he was still a YouTuber then, but he was a little channel at that time. And for a person like him to motivate me and still stick around and do a lot of the things for me, the personality that you see on the screen and the personality that you meet are the same. I'm a big fan, not just of YouTubers, but of people with congruency. I really appreciate that. So Swoozy's definitely on my list. I also like Emma Blackery. I like watching her. Taryn Tox put me on to her. And big shout out to my homegirl. She's probably not watching, but Amanda Mandingo. Look, when we met at VidCon, it was like paradise. That is such a big, bubbling personality. That's somebody that I can relate to, even though I don't know my Doctor Who that well. But it's all gravy. Anyway, next question. Let's get to it. Have you heard of Derek House Fitness, protein chef on YouTube? I have not. But anybody that knows how to cook up protein, because I'm tired of just drinking shakes, somebody I need to watch. So I'll check him out as soon as possible. Thanks for the recommendation. What's the worst experience you've had on public transport? Alright, I've traveled a lot. MARTA, MTA, that's Atlanta, New York. Done the DART in Dallas. Whew, many trains. Probably, okay, the worst one was my fault, actually. It was in New York City. New York Comic-Con, hanging out. It's actually coming up, by the way. Anyway, New York Comic-Con, hanging out with some friends of mine. First time drinking, like really heavily. I was drinking cranberry vodka, open bar. Bad idea. Got blasted, really bad. And didn't drink any chaser, no water, so we ended up going back to New York. Back to Brooklyn. I was just out of my mind. I didn't do anything crazy. I was just motion sickness, tired, getting ready to throw up. So, funniest thing happened. Alright, so my homie, Wolfie, and his cousin, they're consoling me. They're just making sure I get it out of my system and all that stuff. They're staying with me. And in the middle of me throwing up, this is the funniest thing. Like, this was so smooth the way he did it. Wolfie's cousin, he's consoling me, he's patting me on the back, and at the same time, he sees this cute-ass girl walk by. So he's consoling me while I'm outside the train, just helping me get it out of my system, throw up. And I should also mention that I was on the train, and I threw up on the train, and this really pretty girl, she was a nurse, Hispanic, you know I like my Latino girls. She was laughing at me the whole time. I mean, well, she wasn't laughing, but she was just like, you had those nights. Everybody on the train was like, man, you're just like, welcome to the club, right? It's still embarrassing, but it was funny. And then, yeah, I got off the train to get back to the story, and Wolfie's cousin is patting me on the back like, hey, you got this, you got this, you got this, right? And he sees a pretty girl walk by. He quite literally forgot I was even there. He's like, yeah, man, you gonna be all right, and just proceeds to walk off and get the girl's phone number. It was the funniest thing. I couldn't tell you the whole story in its entirety because I was too drunk. But Wolfie can tell you. Alright guys, and that's it. That is all the questions. We are done for the day. That was a ton. And if you notice, I didn't even break it into parts. You guys had to get all of that in one. Hope you guys watched it all. And if you're still here for the end, remember, Game Lounge Podcast is now on iTunes and Spreaker. Make sure you check that out. Also, I did leave a link to a video game that a friend of mine made, as well as some free copies of the game. So check the podcast out. Make sure you leave a comment there. And also, if you have any more questions for me for next week, or if you have any questions you want to answer yourself, check the description below. And with that said, what is the craziest thing that ever happened to you? Maybe not on a train, maybe not public transit, but period. What is the craziest thing that happened? I want to see some answers. Y'all ask me questions, I figured I should ask y'all one. Leave that also in the description below. Make sure that you like, you rate, you follow, and you stop asking me questions about feet because I had to delete like 50 of those. With that said, I'm going to go wash my feet.